welcome you watching news tonight on Sabha TV. I'm Rajat Kane. Let's have a look at the top headlines. Government wants Facebook CEO Zuckerberg on potential data theft and meddling in India's electoral process. Congress and BJP trade charges on hiring Cambridge Analytica, the firm accused of manipulating the US elections in 2016. Despite Chairman's assurance of allowing discussion on all issues, disruptions by the members derailed proceedings in Rajya Sabha. No confidence motion not taken up due to noisy scenes in Lok Sabha. Aadhaar data safe, says government seeks Supreme Court permission for a PowerPoint presentation on the scheme by the Unique Identification Authority of India to allay concerns. The Cabinet approves launch of Ayushman Bharat scheme has a benefit cover of 5 lakhs for each of 10 crore targeted beneficiary families belonging to poor and vulnerable sections. And 4 jawans killed in an encounter in Kupwara. 4 terrorists shot at so far in operation that is continuing since Tuesday. A top story today. Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad on Wednesday warned social media giant Facebook and its CEO Mark Zuckerberg of stringent action over misuse of data to allegedly influence country's electoral process. The warning comes amid reports that data analytics firms that work with US President Donald Trump's election team allegedly harvested millions of Facebook profiles of US voters to influence the choice at the ballot box.
Zuckerberg, you better note the observation of the IT Minister of India.
Information and Technology Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad sternly warning Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg against any attempts by social media sites to influence India's electoral process. His remarks came on a day when the company was facing a barrage of criticism across the world for its role in the data breach committed by the US firm Cambridge Analytica.
Any attempt, covert or overt, by the social media, including Facebook, of trying to influence India's electoral process through undesirable means will neither be appreciated nor be tolerated. Let Facebook note it very, very clearly. And if need be, stringent action shall be undertaken.
Prasad also accused the Congress of hiring Cambridge Analytica to run the party's 2019 campaign. Cambridge Analytica is facing charges of manipulating the US presidential election.
जो CEO of Cambridge Analytica के हैं, कितना कांग्रेस पार्टी ने भारतीयों का डेटा उनसे शेयर किया है? Because not only in England but also in America, there are serious allegations of data theft against this company. This company is boasting of having influenced the elections in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Brazil, also in India. तो क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी ने इनसे कोई डेटा का सौदा किया है?
Refuting the charge, the Congress in turn accused the BJP and its ally JDU of using Cambridge Analytica's services in 2010.
भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस ने या कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष ने कभी पहले और ना आज कैम्ब्रिज एनालिटिक्स नाम की किसी कंपनी की सेवाएं नहीं ली। उल्टा किसने ली, इसका प्रमाण जरूर उपलब्ध है, क्योंकि वो कह रहे हैं कि ये सब फर्जीवाड़ा करती है कंपनी, तो ये बताना भूल गए कि 2010 में यही कानून मंत्री यानी बीजेपी और जेडीयू 2010 के चुनाव में इसी कंपनी की सेवाएं ले रहे थे। ये मैं नहीं कह रहा।
Cambridge Analytica is facing charges of illegally harvesting personal information from Facebook to influence elections in the voter research it had conducted for US President Donald Trump during the 2016 election campaign. The matter is also being investigated by UK authorities who have summoned Zuckerberg to answer charges. Pancharan Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
The proceedings of the upper house was stalled on Wednesday for a 13th day in a row as members protested over several issues. Disruptions continue despite chairman's assurance to allow discussion on all the issues. The government also agreed for discussion on all issues by members in the upper house.
As soon as Rajya Sabha convened on Wednesday, members of the TDP and KVP Ramachandra Rao of the Congress raised the demand of special status for Andhra Pradesh. The DMK and the AIADMK demanded the constitution of the Kaveri Water Management Board. Amid the noisy scenes, leader of opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad sought a discussion on the atrocities on scheduled caste and scheduled tribe communities. Azad also demanded a discussion on the statement of External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj on the killing of 39 abducted Indians in Iraq. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu asked the leader of opposition to give notice for discussion under the relevant rules.
SCST atrocities बिल था जिसमें प्रोटेक्शन मिलती थी शेड्यूल कास्ट को और शेड्यूल ट्राइब को वो बहुत जरूरी है। आप नोटिस सरकार ने उसकी पैरवी नहीं की है, उस पे चर्चा होनी चाहिए, उस पे चर्चा होनी चाहिए। और दूसरा, कल फॉरेन मिनिस्टर ने यहाँ स्टेटमेंट दिया, और पिछले साल उन्होंने दूसरा स्टेटमेंट दिया, उस पे भी चर्चा होनी चाहिए।
Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Vijay Goyal reiterated that the government was ready to discuss all issues and urged members to allow the House to function.
ग्रेच्युटी अमेंडमेंट बिल है, प्रिवेंशन ऑफ करप्शन बिल है, दोनों बिलों में क्या हुआ और सरकार क्या है? ये नाराबाजी केवल सरकार की नहीं, विपक्ष की भी ये जिम्मेदारी है कि सदन चले। पिछले 2 सप्ताह के जनता का
Chairman Naidu also assured the members that a discussion on all issues will be allowed.
I can only say you can go to your respective seats and raise the issue. I am willing to permit everything.
But protesting members refused to relent, and as Congress members walked into the well of the House, Chairman Naidu adjourned the House till Thursday.
The House stands adjourned to meet at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu already held talks with several party leaders to end the ongoing stalemate in Parliament. His efforts were also acknowledged by the opposition parties. Now that the government has clarified that the Parliament session will not be curtailed, it remains to be seen how the deadlock is resolved. Reporting from Parliament with camera person Jitendra Negi, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
Lok Sabha proceedings were disrupted on Wednesday as well, with opposition members holding protest over a number of issues in the House, despite repeated requests by Speaker to refrain from doing so. Urging the members to go back to their seats, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anantkumar said the government is ready for discussion on all issues, including the no confidence motion. When the opposition did not relent, Speaker adjourned the House for the day.
As soon as the Lok Sabha met for the day, members from TRS and AIADMK walked into the well, raising slogans. The TRS members were demanding an increase in the reservation quota for jobs in Telangana, while the AIADMK members sought the setting up of the Kaveri Management Board. Amid noisy scenes, Speaker Sumitra Mahajan adjourned the House till 12 noon.
The House stands adjourned to meet again at 12 o'clock.
When the House reassembled, Speaker Sumitra Mahajan informed the House of the notice for the no-confidence motion. Amid uproar, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anant Kumar appealed to all members to go back to their seats. He also said that government is ready for a discussion on any issue, including the no-confidence motion.
I want to request all our honourable members to go back to their seats and allow us to conduct normal business so that we can take up every matter, madam. We are ready to discuss everything, including the no confidence motion, because Modi government has full confidence of the House also and the confidence outside the House also in the country.
Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan also urged the MPs to end the disruptions. When her appeal went unheeded, she adjourned the House till Thursday.
I request all of you to go back to your seats. Please listen to me. Since the House is not in order, I will not be able to bring the notices before the House. I'm sorry. The House stands adjourned to meet again on Thursday, the 22nd March 2018 at 11 a.m.
A notice for the no-confidence motion against the government has been given for Thursday as well. Protests have continued non-stop in both houses of the parliament since the second half of the budget session began on March 5th. Now Vikram Singh's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
The centre sought Supreme Court's permission to allow the CEO of Unique Identification Authority of India for a PowerPoint presentation on Aadhaar scheme in the court. The Chief Justice said he'll fix the time for presentation after discussing the matter with other judges of 5-judge Constitution bench which is hearing the matter. The court said there are several technical aspects related to Aadhaar scheme like surveillance, data security and exclusion of certain people from receiving the benefits. Attorney General K.K. Venugopal said UIDAI Chief Executive may deal with technical aspects with more clarity. The Supreme Court is hearing number of pleas challenging the constitutional validity of Aadhaar and its Enabling Act. Hence, the mandatory Aadhaar linking deadline stands extended until the judgment is pronounced in the matter. In other news, the Union Cabinet today approved the continuation of National Health Mission. It also approved the launch of Ayushman Bharat National Health Protection Mission. The Cabinet also approved moving of the official amendments in the Surrogacy Regulation Bill 2016. Besides this, the Cabinet also agreed to the extension of commission constituted to examine the issue of subcategorization of the other backward classes in the central list. In other decisions, the Cabinet approved continuation of Prime Minister's development package for Jammu and Kashmir 2015. Northeast Industrial Development Scheme 2017 has been approved with financial outlay of Rs 3,000 crores. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti on Wednesday paid tributes to 4 security personnel killed in fierce gun battle in Kupwara district. Fresh exchange of fire began on Wednesday morning after 4 terrorists were killed in Kupwara's Arampura area on Tuesday. Security forces had launched an operation after terrorists had opened fire on army patrol. An overnight cordon and search operation was launched to track down the terrorists. Now, the Home Ministry panel has told parliamentary panel that Pakistani ISI is training Sikh youth at its facilities to carry out terror activities in India. It said the Pakistani intelligence agency ISI is instigating members of Indian communities settled in Canada and other places with false and malicious propaganda. Top officials of Home Ministry told Parliamentary Committee on estimates headed by senior BJP leader Murli Manohar Joshi that youth are being radicalized by a terrorist group through internet and social media. Terror groups are using secure social media platforms and proxy servers to avoid being detected by the intelligence and law enforcement agencies. The ministry told the panel that India continues to remain prime focus of Pakistan-based terror outfits, particularly Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed and the faction of Indian Mujahideen. The committee also noted that there was a decline in left-wing violence in the states. However, it also warned that left-wing extremism has been targeting new states and trying to carve out a base on the junction of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu.
कहीं दंगा हुआ, लाओ साहब उसको भेजो, क्या है वो अपना इंडस्ट्रियल सिक्योरिटी फोर्स उसको भेज दो, ITBP को भेज दो, तो ये क्या बात हुई? वो एक अलग काम है, एक अलग काम है। और ये संविधान की दृष्टि से ये जिम्मेदारी राज्य सरकार की है कि वो अपने यहाँ, जैसे आप विधि और कानून की और इसकी दुर्व्यवस्था अव्यवस्था की बात करते हैं ना, विधि और व्यवस्था ये उसके हाथ की बात है। कोई भी चीज़ इंतज़ार कर सकती है, मगर देश की आंतरिक और बाह्य सुरक्षा इंतज़ार नहीं कर सकती। वो हमारी प्रथम वरीयता होनी चाहिए।
Now, a day after Supreme Court issues directives to check misuse of SCST Act, the Congress demanded that the government file a review petition for reconsideration of Apex Court's order. The party also accused the government of not safeguarding the rights of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe communities. The government, however, hit back at the Congress for what it claimed doing politics over the issue.
The Congress on Wednesday claimed that the Supreme Court order ruling out automatic registration of FIRs and arrest of complaints under the Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Act dilutes provisions of the Act. The party urged the government to take remedial measures to prevent the rights from being compromised.
हम ये सोचते हैं कि इस निर्णय पर पुनर्विचार होना चाहिए। वो भारत के प्रजातंत्र और भारत के समाज की वास्तविकताओं को देखते हुए राष्ट्रहित में होगा।
Responding to the Congress charge, Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad questioned the party's commitment to the welfare of the SCs and STs.
Congress party is in the habit of making irresponsible and false observations and comments. I deny all this with all the authority at my command. What Congress party has done for Dalit empowerment is too well known. As regards the Supreme Court judgment, I have just in the newspaper today, I will have to examine it.
Expressing concern over the rampant misuse of the SCST Prevention of Atrocities Act, the Supreme Court introduced the provision of anticipatory bail on Tuesday. It directed that there will be no automatic arrest on any complaint filed under the law, while mandating a preliminary police inquiry within 7 days before any action is taken. The Scheduled Castes and the Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act was first enacted in 1989. It was strengthened in 2015 when caste slurs were also made actionable grounds for arrest.
The Apex Court also noted that the National Crime Records Bureau recorded 5,347 false cases of atrocities against SCs and 912 false cases of atrocities against STs in 2016. The Apex Court underlined the need to provide safeguards in view of misuse of the Act in the last 3 decades. Reporting from Delhi with camera person Jitendra Negi, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
Time for a short break. More national and international news on the other side. Keep watching Rajya Sabha TV.
यही रास्ता है तेरा, तूने अब जाना है। हाँ यही सपना है तेरा, तूने पहचाना है। तुझे अब ये दिखाना है।
Enrolled as Cadet Number 1, Major Priya Jingan became the first woman cadet to join the Indian Army in 1992, an era where people were not used to seeing women in olive green uniform marching along with men cadets. Priya broke stereotypes, made officers more sensitive towards women and also helped them prescribe standards for women in the army. Major Priya, who's currently working at Lawrence School, Sanawar, is waiting to see the day when women occupy the top posts in the army. She has been honoured with the First Lady Award by the President of India in 2018.
Welcome back. The Supreme Court has asked real estate firm JP Associates Limited to deposit ₹200 crore in 2 installments by May 10th. The bench headed by Chief Justice Deepak Mishra asked it to deposit ₹100 crore by April 6th and the rest by May 10th. The bench ordered JP not to send any notices of default in EMI payments to home buyers who have opted for a refund. The top court also asked JP to submit a project-wise chart of home buyers seeking refund so that amount can be dispersed on pro rata basis. Hundreds of home buyers have been left in lurch after National Company Law Tribunal initiated insolvency proceedings against a debt-ridden JP for defaulting on ₹526 crore. The matter will be heard next on April 16th. The Delhi High Court has issued notice to former Telecom Minister Rajya and DMK MP Kanimori and others in 2G spectrum allocation scam case. The court further asked ED to maintain status quo in regard to properties attached by it in the PMLA case. The High Court has asked all the 19 accused in the case to file reply within 2 weeks. The court also stayed selling of ₹233 crore worth properties attached in the case. Next date of hearing is 25th May. On Tuesday, CBI filed an appeal in the court challenging a special court order acquitting all the accused last December. On Monday, the Enforcement Directorate too moved the High Court against acquittal of Rajya, Kanimori and others in money laundering case arising out of the 2G spectrum allocation scam. The special court had on December 21st last year acquitted Rajya, Kanimori and others in cases registered by the CBI and ED. The University Grant Commission has approved full autonomy for 60 higher educational institutions across India. The autonomy have been granted to 5 central universities, 21 state universities, 24 deemed universities, 2 private universities and 8 autonomous colleges. The central universities which has been granted autonomy include Jawaharlal Nehru University, Aligarh Muslim University, Banaras Hindu University, University of Hyderabad and English and Foreign Languages University of Telangana. The state universities which have been granted autonomous status are Jadavpur University, Andhra University, National University of Law, Utkal University among others. O.P. Jindal Global University of Sonipat and Pandit Deen Dayal Petroleum University of Gujarat are among the private institutions selected by the UGC for autonomous status. However, 8 autonomous colleges which have been granted autonomy will have full freedom, but they cannot have degrees awarding powers. HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar called the move historic.
"60 quality institutes, universities will get graded autonomy, complete autonomy in a way, by which they can start new courses, new programs, new departments, off campuses, skill courses, research parks, foreign faculty, appoint foreign faculties, take foreign students, give them variable incentive packages, and they can do academic collaboration with top 500 universities of the world." So this is how, and they can also conduct open distance learning. So this is without coming again and again to regulator. They will not be required to do all these things to come to UGC.
The all-party meeting called by Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has failed to find a solution to the ongoing sealing drive on Wednesday. Along with the monitoring committee of the Supreme Court, the representatives of Delhi government, the BJP and the Congress were also involved. The monitoring committee heard the parties concerned but didn't give any assurance and said they'll consider the suggestions. The 3 parties had demanded a solution to ongoing sealing drive being carried out by municipal authorities against commercial establishment for violating civic norms since December last year. Traders have been affected by the move to shut down commercial establishments. The Ayush Ministry has organized a 3-day International Yoga Festival in New Delhi ahead of Yoga Day to be celebrated on the 21st June. Over 5,000 delegates from 16 countries are participating in Yoga Festival, being held as a curtain raiser for International Yoga Day. The event is aimed at spreading awareness among people about yoga and its benefits.
In the run-up to International Yoga Day on the 21st of June, a 3-day International Yoga Festival started in New Delhi on Wednesday. Inaugurating the event, Union Minister Jitendra Singh said that under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, over 140 countries have bonded with India through yoga. He also credited Prime Minister for setting up the Ayush Ministry.
योग जैसे इस व्यापक फलसफे को हम भाषाओं के बंधन में ना बांधें.
Minister of State for Ayush Shripad Yesunayak said yoga could bring about harmony between spirituality and technology and is an effective antidote to high-pressure lifestyles.
योग गांव की कंसेप्ट हम चल रही है हमारी कि कम से कम जैसा बोला कि एक ग्राम ऐसा हो जैसा आदर्श ग्राम प्रधानमंत्री ने बनाया है, ऐसा योग ग्राम हो जहां हर घर का आदमी योग करता रहे. इसी तरह की योजना हमारी है, हमारे प्रयास शुरू है.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's yoga guru, Dr. H.R. Nagendra said, in the coming days, yoga will help in battling diseases like cancer.
MD Anderson कैंसर सेंटर जो अमेरिका में है, ह्यूस्टन टेक्सास में सबसे बड़ा कैंसर हॉस्पिटल है. उधर हमारे साथ जोड़ के उन्होंने एक रिसर्च बना रहे हैं ब्रेस्ट कैंसर के ऊपर. ये 600 लोगों को 3 आर्म स्टडी बना रहे हैं. बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट आ रहा है. अभी 6 महीने में पूरा होने के बाद उन्होंने वो स्टैम्प दे देंगे. सो हर एक कैंसर हॉस्पिटल में योग को जोड़ना ही पड़ेगा. इतना सुंदर उनका दिखा रहे हैं.
Around 5,000 delegates from 16 countries and 40 yoga institutions and universities are taking part in the 3-day event. The International Yoga Fest will be followed by 10-day state-level fests across the country. The aim of the Yoga Festival is to sensitize masses about the benefits of yoga and Yoga Day. Anu Diwan's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar called on Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu today. Javadekar briefed him on progress report of some educational institute in Andhra Pradesh. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anant Kumar was also present at the meeting. On to the international news. The US Citizenship and Immigration Service announced suspension of processing of all H-1B visa petitions. The petitions for H-1B visas, which are subject to annual caps, now have been accepted from April 2nd, while the suspension of premium processing of all H-1B petitions is expected to last until September 10th. The federal agency has said during this time it will continue to accept premium processing requests for H-1B petitions that are not subject to fiscal 2019 cap. The measures was taken to process long-pending petitions which the USCIS was unable to progress due to high volume of incoming petitions and significant surge in premium processing requests. The H-1B visa is non-immigrant visa that allows US companies to employ foreign workers in specialty occupations that require theoretical or technical expertise. Now, at least 29 people were killed and 52 injured in suspect suicide bomb attack near shrine of Afghan capital Kabul. According to reports, the bomber attacked a crowd of 100 people who had gathered to celebrate the start of Nowruz, the New Year festival. Many in the crowd were from the minority Shia community. Reports say the numbers of killed people may rise. The Islamic State group has claimed the responsibility for the bombing.
آمده بودن به طرف خانه‌های خود می‌رفتن و با خوشی و خوشحالی می‌رفتن در بین ازا که تماما ملکیت بان انتحار کرده و یک تعداد وطندارای ما را به شهادت رسانده.
من تا بسیار بلند بود این صدایش همیشه کل مردم گریز کرد و گریز شد.
Myanmar's President Hitin Kwao resigned from his post after 2 years in position. Kwao was said to be close aide of State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi. Speculations were swirled for months about health of Hitin Kwao, but the official statement didn't confirm it. According to reports, country's Vice President Min Sway will move into the role until new president is in place. A new leader would be selected within 7 working days. Hitin Kwao, the country's first civilian president since 1962, was widely respected and seen as completely loyal to Suu Kyi, who has said she would rule above him after he was elected in the year 2016. He has stood firmly by her side even as her reputation lies shattered internationally for not speaking up on behalf of the persecuted Rohingya Muslim community. That's it for now. Keep watching Rajya TV for more. Thank you and good night.